Welcome, friends and seekers. Today we revisit a question that shaped Gandhi and challenges us all. What is truth, and how should we live when ideals seem powerless against reality? Across cultures, we admire those who found shared insight, truth seekers whose wisdom steadied communities. Is kindness alone enough, or must love be guided by knowledge to keep peace? Some say the answer is simple: God is love, or be kind to all. Others, like Gandhi, journeyed further, pursuing the search for truth, not just goodness but wisdom deep enough to change the world. Societies honor such seekers because shared insight builds trust and restrains harm. Shared insight also gives courage and conviction to be kind and virtuous because it is founded upon truth. Must everyone pursue truth? Not as scholars, but enough to test beliefs, so kindness isn't blind. Gandhi, like Plato, Kant, the Buddha, and Shankara, wrestled with the difference between absolute and relative truth. Absolute truth stands for what is eternal and unchanging, the divine. Relative truth is what we each perceive, colored by mind and situation. As Nietzsche said, there are no facts, only interpretations. Across cultures, numerous sages and wise men echoed this search. This distinction matters. Why? Conflict, political, familial, and between nations, erupts when a partial view is mistaken for the whole. Gandhi saw that violence often arises not from pure malice, but from clinging to one's shard of truth and treating it as absolute, demanding others conform. Relative truth, held as final, is ignorance, a fog of half-seeing. To remove ignorance, we must seek truth, test, learn, correct. When we do, echo chambers loosen, arguments stop sliding into coercion and hate. Humility is not surrender. It is inquiry that reopens hearts and minds. Think of relative truth like stained glass, the same light, colored by our pains, culture, memory, mood. It's a map, not the territory, a camera lens that can sharpen or distort. Like the blind men and the elephant, each touch becomes a theory. So, is the answer to retreat into humility? To accept that we can only know in part? Or is humility itself too gentle, too easy to be overrun when real danger arises? Let's pause on a sharp question. If God is love, or love your enemy is the highest law, does that stop real harm? If a deer loves a lion, does the lion stop? Will the lion stop eating the deer? Be kind to him. Does hunger listen? Here, the ideal collides with nature. In reality, kindness, gentleness, and love can be tragically vulnerable. Human aggression, much less animal predation, seldom yields to mere sentiment. This reveals the hard boundary of utopian ethics. Compassion is necessary, but it is not always sufficient. Why then were figures like Socrates made to drink hemlock, or Jesus executed? Across centuries, many innocents were persecuted when power feared dissent, or when virtue challenged entrenched systems. Kindness alone could not shield them. Wisdom must learn how to resist without hatred, and stand firm without becoming cruel. So why pursue Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge? Because we must follow higher truth, not our relative cocoon. Example, a rumor taken as fact sparks outrage, harming innocence. Consequence, conflict. Anchoring to shared, tested truth prevents cruelty and error. Philosophy, pursuing absolute truth, is a necessary condition for lasting peace and justice. Without it, kindness gets misled, power bends facts, and communities fracture around partial views. Seeking higher truth disciplines desire, tests claims, corrects error, and aligns word, thought, and deed. Then compassion becomes reliable courage, not naivety. Gandhi said truth, Satya, is reality aligned in word, thought, and deed. Seeking it purifies fear and self-deception. It makes conscience reliable. Truth gives non-violent strength, Satyagraha, holding fast to truth. So change persuades without hatred, exposes injustice, and restores dignity for all. We search for truth to uplift human life, because lies corrode trust. Truth heals relationships, institutions, and the self. How do we soften aggression born of limited knowledge or ignorance? We move from certainty to inquiry, create shared facts, invite perspective-taking, and test claims together. We pair accountability with dignity, protecting the vulnerable while leaving a path back. Nonviolent truth force stands firm without hatred, exposing lies without humiliation, so opponents can become partners. Gandhi sought truth not to win arguments, but to transform hearts and habits. Pure ideals are prone to exploitation. Innocence can be prey. On the other hand, pure realism can justify cruelty, excusing any means in the name of survival or efficiency. The real challenge is balancing these, being as gentle as possible and as clear-eyed as necessary. Ethical systems often distinguish between a beautiful ideal, unconditional love or nonviolence, and practical wisdom, which asks, when is it right to resist? When must we defend, retreat, or refuse to comply with wrong? Gandhi himself accepted struggle. Nonviolence for him was not passivity, but an active, brave, and sometimes confrontational stand. Why is the world the way it is? Because values, love, and wisdom operate within complex limits. Biological instincts, personality, culture, and history. Philosophers from the West and East, from Thiruvalluvar and the Buddha to Kant and Mandela, agree that coexistence is never simple or one-sided. If everyone followed pure love, perhaps the world would be fair and safe. But predators, metaphorical or real, exist. If everyone sought only practical gain, compassion would die, and so would trust, loyalty, and peace. Philosophy tries, and often fails, to build a path that is both fair and workable, both ideal and resilient. Thirukkural speaks of unarmed virtue as a strength greater than arms, but also warns about the folly of trusting those who cannot be tamed. Wisdom is neither cynicism nor blindness to danger. This leads us back to Gandhi. Truth, he argued, is not mere logic or piety, but an education that shapes both mind and character. The goal is not simply to be kind or to be clever, but to form people able to judge when and how to respond, when to yield, when to resist, when to dialogue, and when to walk away. Moral education builds inner strength. Practical education armors us for the world's challenges. Both are essential. As Niels Bohr suggested, the opposite of a profound truth may well be another profound truth. Real coexistence often means living with tension, not easy answers. True religion, philosophy, and education aim not just for obedience, but for wisdom, the humility to see limits, and the courage to act wisely within them. Why then invest in hard questions about meaning, truth, and virtue if kindness alone won't save us? Because philosophy, like Jnana Yoga, does not reject love. It tries to make it resilient, paired with discernment, so that we are neither naive nor hardened. It gives us tools to adapt, to grieve, to judge, and to heal. The world remains as it is, caught between love, wisdom, strength, and the facts of survival, because no single value solves every drama. The point of philosophical practice is not to deny suffering or aggression, but to help us face them wisely, with heart and mind aligned. Gandhi's ultimate legacy is not a utopian answer, but a way of searching, never abandoning love, but never surrendering wisdom. To make peace last, we must nurture both virtue and insight. Violence and tyranny answer only to force, but persuasion, justice, and change require hearts educated in both compassion and complexity. In your own life, when asked whether to choose the ideal or the practical, the fair or the possible, remember, peace without justice is fragile, kindness without discernment is exposed, and wisdom without love is empty. The world is not simple, and neither should our answers be. Let us remain seekers, honest about the limits of ideals, but unwilling to let cynicism or naivete win. That, Gandhi might say, is the truest search for truth. Thank you for joining this reflection. What do you think? Is love enough to change the world, or does wisdom require something more? Share your thoughts below.